Welcome this morning. I want to talk to you about the best platform for building a website that will get you results. Now, for those of you that know, I have a course called Website Building Made Easy. It's about building websites quickly and easily on Squarespace. However, my answer to this question is not going to be Squarespace is the best platform. And I want to explain this to you. The best platform for you to build a website with is the one that you can get results with the fastest. That is the best platform. Anything else is going to just be opinion. Now, in my opinion, Squarespace is the one that I recommend 99% of the time. But there are cases where that is not true, and I actually want to explain that to you because there's a little bit of confusion behind why I chose Squarespace, as well as I actually am a huge supporter of platforms like Shopify, Wix, WordPress, hard coding, things like that. I'm not saying that Squarespace is the one size fits all for everybody. It just is for most people. The thing is this, if you already know how to use WordPress and you're getting results with it, I highly recommend that you stick with WordPress to keep getting results. If you can keep up with the plugins, the security, and update everything and have either you yourself or a team that does that. If you don't want to worry about that, then I recommend Squarespace specifically. If you are deciding, however, and you've never started anything before, you've never built a website before, you've never built an e-commerce store, you've never done anything related to building a website, Squarespace is the #1 tool because of the cost. $19 a month for the pro version, and I think it's like $10 a month for the starter one, for what you get for that and how easy it is to learn, which is why I created the course, is to walk people through the process of learning how to build a website quickly and easily on Squarespace using my 15 years of expertise of building websites that get results and make money profitably for businesses. Now, caveat of that, if you're comparing Squarespace to other platforms, Shopify has a much better checkout experience as far as e-commerce goes. And if you're selling strictly e-commerce, Shopify is a great platform. However, it costs exponentially more than Squarespace, and it really is more focused on that e-commerce type of a thing. Squarespace is a lot more similar to WordPress than it is Shopify. It's a lot more similar to Wix than it is Shopify. Okay? So if you're selling e-commerce and budget is not a big issue, that's the key part about this. A lot of people, when they're starting off building a website, they don't have a lot of money to get started. And then they choose to use Bluehost, which is like $3 a month, and set up a WordPress site. And then they run into challenges because they don't know what they're doing. Their website is running slow, and they have to pick a theme. They have to then do a ton of research to figure out how to get it working. If you're somebody that knows how to use WordPress, you can do insane things with it. However, also, I do believe that PHP and MySQL are outdated, what WordPress is built on. It's an outdated type of coding platform. Squarespace uses a new school type of JSON and JavaScript-based platform. Now, you don't need to understand what all those technical words mean. You don't need to understand that other than to say that WordPress is built on what worked 15 years ago. Squarespace is built on what is working now and into the future. I hope that either WordPress starts to update more, and they will update, but they're rolling out their updates years behind of what Squarespace is doing and other platforms, which is why I still recommend, if you're on WordPress and it's a struggle for you, okay, this is what I'm talking about here. If using WordPress is not a struggle, you're getting results, stick with it. But if it's a struggle for you and you want something that's easier to use, quicker to deploy, Squarespace is a great place to jump over to. Shopify is amazing for what it is as well, but the cost is that much higher. Wix, now I'm not a huge proponent of Wix because their mobile responsiveness doesn't work very well. 80% of web users are on mobile phone devices, so your site has to work perfectly on mobile, more so than desktop. Now, Wix has mobile design stuff. Wix is even more of a learning curve than Squarespace. And so that's why I still choose Squarespace over Wix, because of the simplicity. So for me, the one that is the simplest for you to learn, the fastest for you to deploy, the quickest for you to get results with. Results means visitors, traffic, money, to get it up. The quickest that your site is working is the best platform for you. The one that you can say, I have an idea, I have to get it off the ground as quickly as possible. And for most people, that is Squarespace. Now, the deal is this. Squarespace has a learning curve, and that's why I created my course, Website Building Made Easy. This isn't a pitch for my course, but if you want to go check it out, I'll put the link in the comments, jeremiahkrakowski.com. It helps people get past that learning curve. So I've spent over 15 years building websites professionally, and I put all of that info into the course, Website Building Made Easy, to help people learn how to use Squarespace to build websites that get results, or start an agency business that builds professional websites for people using Squarespace. You can also take what you learned in my course and apply it to platforms like Wix, like Shopify, like WordPress. It's not going to show you how to do it, but the concepts apply, especially in the very beginning, where I specifically go into the psychology of studying what works on websites, crafting your website, really making something that's authentically original for you, that functions the way people expect your website to, that functions the way the rest of the internet does. The platform that you need, and your website specifically, needs to work the way that people expect. You can't expect people to relearn a new platform the moment they land on your website. So it has to function the way the rest of the internet does, but be authentically and originally you as your virtual real estate identity. The one that you can roll out the fastest to get results with is the one that's best for you. And for some people, it's Wix. For some, it's Shopify. For some, it's hard coding. For some, it's WordPress. Now, here's the deal. If you have a budget to hire staff, to hire developers, I highly recommend actually coding it all yourself. That is the best way to do it. Over my years of experience, the best thing is to hire developers to build it all from scratch. But most people are not there until they're making well over $50,000 a month, well over $20,000 a month, or they're a developer already, or they're partnered with a developer that already has teams. There's that. But for most people that are starting off, if you're comparing Wix to Squarespace, I highly recommend Squarespace because of the mobile, because how quickly you can learn it, and the course that I made helps you it completely removes the learning curve. I had people, the testimonials come in. I made it specifically for people even that are over the age of 70 to learn how to build a website that gets results without technical expertise. If you're from the age of 7 to 70, I built my first website at the age of 7 years old. And that's me right there. But you might have a young person in your house that wants to learn how to build a website, that could learn through this course as well to do it, and even establish themselves up for success in their teenage years, maybe a side income for themselves, or to work with you in your business, or you're having to do it all yourself. That whole gambit, that's what I created that course for, to learn how to build a website that gets results quickly and easily with Squarespace. Even if you don't know how to do anything but type in Microsoft Word, you can get results with that. If you know how to use WordPress, great. Stick with it. Keep doing what works. The one that you can get results with the fastest is the best platform for you for building a website. And I love all the platforms that are out there. I've used them all. They all do things just a little bit differently. But what I found for most people getting started, or that have limited time and resources, Squarespace is that platform for them. That's why I highly recommend it. And, check out my course as well. It'll be in the comments below. But even if you don't, try out Squarespace. You can do a 15-day trial, I think it is, or a 14-day trial. Squarespace.com. You can play around with it. It costs nothing. You sign up, squarespace.com. It's free. You don't even need to put a credit card in to do that. They make you upgrade after. You can literally build everything for free. Play around with it. Check it out. Go to squarespace.com and do that. I don't get anything from Squarespace, by the way. This is not endorsed by Squarespace. I'm not connected with them other than I sell a course about Squarespace. That's the only way that I benefit, is if you ever buy that course. The website platform that you can use that gets you results the fastest is the one that works for you. So it's really up to you to choose which one should I use. And for most people, I recommend Squarespace, but for others, it's going to be Shopify. I was just talking to somebody last night. I think Shopify for them is the best platform for them. And they moved from Squarespace to Shopify because it's more of an e-commerce type of a deal. And they've realized they need to do stuff quicker. And they now have the financial resources to use Shopify. You know, if somebody's already on WordPress, I was talking to somebody that she's an expert at WordPress. I'm like, great, stay there. That's getting you results right now. I don't recommend you move to something else just to confuse yourself. The one that you can deploy the fastest and get results with the quickest is the best platform for you to use. Grow your life, everybody. We'll talk soon.